Imagine a temple that has been the center of faith, devotion, and controversy for centuries. A temple that has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the clash and harmony of cultures, and the struggle and triumph of justice. A temple that has been destroyed and rebuilt, disputed and resolved, and finally consecrated and celebrated. This is the story of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, the sacred and symbolic site of Hinduism. In this documentary, we will take you on a journey to explore the history and the future of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. We will show you how the temple was built, demolished, and reconstructed. We will expose the conflicts, the challenges, and the sacrifices that surrounded the temple. We will reveal the faith, the hope, and the joy that inspired the temple. We will explore the dark and the bright side of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya.
The celebrations of Ram Mandir.
Ram Mandir.
Ram Mandir. Ram Mandir को उड़ाने की धमकी देने का मामला सामने आया।
कार सेवा करेंगे और मंदिर वहीं बनाएंगे।
जनवरी 2024 को अयोध्या में गगनचुंबी राम मंदिर वहां पर आपको तैयार मिलेगा।
The Ram Temple in Ayodhya is not just a temple, it is a legend that dates back to ancient times when Lord Ram, the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu, was born in Ayodhya, the capital of the Kosala kingdom. Lord Ram, along with his wife Sita and his brother Lakshman, went on a 14-year exile in the forest, where he fought and defeated the demon king Ravana, who had abducted Sita. Lord Ram then returned to Ayodhya, where he was welcomed and crowned as the king. The legend of Lord Ram is narrated in the epic Ramayana, one of the most revered and influential texts of Hinduism. The Ramayana is not just a story, it is a scripture that teaches the values of dharma, or righteous duty, and the ideals of morality, justice, and devotion. The Ramayana is also a source of inspiration, guidance, and identity for millions of Hindus across the world. According to the legend, Lord Ram was born at a place called Ram Janmabhoomi, or Ram's birthplace, in Ayodhya. This place was marked by a temple which was built by King Vikramaditya in the 1st century BCE, according to some sources. The temple was a magnificent and majestic structure, adorned with sculptures, paintings, and inscriptions, and dedicated to Lord Ram and his consort, Sita. The Ram Temple in Ayodhya was a symbol of faith, devotion, and culture for the Hindus. It was a place of pilgrimage, worship, and celebration for the Hindus. It was a place of pride, honor, and glory for the Hindus, but it was also a place of conflict, violence, and destruction for the Hindus. The Ram Temple in Ayodhya was not only a temple, it was a target that was attacked, looted, and demolished by various invaders, rulers, and fanatics over the centuries. The most notorious and devastating attack was carried out by the Mughal Emperor Babur in 1528, who ordered his general Mir Baqi to destroy the temple and build a mosque in its place. The mosque was named after Babur, Babri Masjid. The destruction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya was a tragedy and a trauma for the Hindus. It was a loss of their sacred and symbolic site. It was a violation of their religious and cultural rights. It was an insult to their dignity and identity, but it was also a challenge and a motivation for the Hindus. The Hindus did not give up on their Ram Temple in Ayodhya. They did not forget or forgive the injustice and the atrocity done to them. They did not accept or tolerate the imposition and the domination of the mosque. They fought and struggled to reclaim and rebuild their Ram Temple in Ayodhya. The Hindus fought and struggled for their Ram Temple in Ayodhya for over 500 years, facing various obstacles, oppositions, and repressions. They fought and struggled through various means, such as legal, political, and social. Thousands of Hindus lost their lives. They fought and struggled with various allies, such as religious, cultural, and nationalist. They fought and struggled with various goals, such as liberation, restoration, and construction. The Hindus' fight and struggle for their Ram Temple in Ayodhya reached its climax and conclusion in the late 20th and early 21st century, when some of the most significant and decisive events took place, such as the placement of the idols of Ram and Sita inside the Babri Masjid in 1949, sparked a legal dispute and a religious movement. The opening of the locks of the Babri Masjid in 1986 allowed the Hindus to worship inside the mosque and intensified the demand for a temple. The demolition of the Babri Masjid by a mob of Hindu activists in 1992 triggered a wave of communal violence and a political crisis. The verdict of the Allahabad High Court in 2010 divided the disputed land into 3 parts, giving 2/3 to the Hindus and 1/3 to the Muslims. The verdict of the Supreme Court in 2019, which unanimously awarded the entire disputed land to the Hindus and ordered the construction of a temple while allotting an alternative site for a mosque. The verdict of the Supreme Court in 2019 was a historic and landmark judgment for the Hindus. It was a validation and vindication of their faith, devotion and culture. It was a recognition and respect of their rights, claims and sentiments. It was a resolution and reconciliation of the long-standing and complex dispute. It was a victory and a celebration for the Hindus. The verdict of the Supreme Court in 2019 also paved the way for the construction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, which was the ultimate and final goal of the Hindus. The construction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya was a monumental and magnificent project which involved the efforts, contributions and blessings of millions of Hindus across the world. The construction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya was completed in 2024 after 4 years of hard work and dedication. The temple was a splendid and spectacular structure designed by the renowned architect Chandrakant Sompura and built with the finest materials, craftsmanship. The temple was a tribute and a homage to Lord Ram and his legacy. The construction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya was followed by the consecration and the inauguration of the temple, which was the most auspicious and most awaited occasion for the Hindus. The consecration and the inauguration of the temple was a grand and glorious ceremony, which was attended and presided by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, along with other dignitaries and devotees. The consecration and the inauguration of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya was a moment of joy and pride for the Hindus. It was a moment of fulfillment and gratitude for the Hindus. It was a moment of unity and harmony for the Hindus. It was a moment of history and destiny for the Hindus. These are the stories of the history of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. These are the stories of the faith, the devotion and the culture of the Hindus. These are the stories of the conflict, the violence and the injustice that the Hindus faced. These are the stories of the fight, the struggle and the sacrifice that the Hindus made. These are the stories of the victory, the celebration and the joy that the Hindus experienced. But the history of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya is not only a history, it is a legacy that is still alive and relevant today, a legacy that shapes and influences the present and the future of the Hindus, a legacy that inspires and challenges the Hindus to uphold and protect their faith, their culture and their identity. What is the legacy of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya? The legacy of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya is a symbol of the Sanatana Dharma faith and devotion that reminds the Hindus of their connection and allegiance to Lord Ram and his teachings, a symbol of the Sanatana culture and identity that reflects the Hindus' diversity and unity and their pride and dignity, a symbol of the Hindu struggle and triumph that commemorates the Hindus' resilience and perseverance, their justice and peace. The legacy of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya is also a responsibility and a duty for the Hindus, a responsibility and a duty to preserve and maintain the Ram Temple in Ayodhya as a sacred and historic site and as a source of inspiration and guidance for the Hindus. Respect and honor the Ram Temple in Ayodhya as a place of worship and celebration and as a manifestation of the Hindu faith and culture. Share and promote the Ram Temple in Ayodhya as a testimony and a message and as a contribution and a gift to the world. The legacy of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya is not only a legacy for the Hindus, it is also a legacy for the world, a legacy that can teach and offer the world some valuable lessons and insights, such as the importance and value of faith and devotion and give meaning and purpose to life, and that can inspire and motivate action and change, the importance and value of culture and identity that can enrich enrich and diversify the world, and that can foster and enhance mutual respect and understanding, importance and the value of struggle and triumph, that can overcome and resolve the challenges and the conflicts of the world, and that can create and sustain justice and peace. We hope this documentary has enlightened and moved you to learn and appreciate the history and legacy of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. We hope it has encouraged and inspired you to visit and experience the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. We hope it has given you a glimpse and a taste of the glory and the grace of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing to this channel and sharing this video. Namaste.